2 days ago, the girls asked if they could buy. We're about to hand out uniforms, and the JV is going to get the uniforms they won in the championship game. And the girls aren't happy about that. They want to buy those uniforms. And so they're like, Coach, can we just buy those uniforms? And so I got to figure out how that can go about. But that was the first time we talked about it. They don't want the JV wearing the uniforms they won the state championship in.
Well, you won the state championship as the 7 seed, beating number 1 Hope Christian. What does that say about the program and the run you guys made last year?
Well, I just think that a lot of it had to do with the chemistry of the team. The girls just worked really well together, came together at the end, and I think that's a pretty significant achievement. But I think there's been lots of teams in the past that have done things like that. They just come together at the right time and play as a team. And I've had much more talented teams that have had a lot more successful regular season, but then at the end couldn't come together as a team. So, I think that had a lot to do with it.
You had to miss that entire postseason run last year because of COVID. How difficult was that on you?
Well, it's bittersweet. So, I mean, if I have to miss every year from here on out so that we keep winning, I'd be more than happy to do that. Certainly would have liked to have been there, but I'm fortunate that I've been the head coach here for 10 years, and my assistant who did coach them through the playoffs has been here every year with me, and the JV coach had been here 9 of those 10 years. And so, I mean, we have had a lot of consistency in the coaching staff, and I think that just made it really easy.
So what do you work on to improve on last year's performance? What are you looking to improve on going into this year?
Yeah, I think it's always neat to see girls come in from the previous year and see how they're better. They've gotten stronger, they jump higher, and but we always have some holes to fill, and we have holes from last year, a couple of seniors that graduated. And so, that changes things here and there. But for the most part, we just start working on fundamentals, and we just try and build on those, and we see improvement, and we just keep working on getting better.
Do you have a team motto or a saying? I know a lot of volleyball squads at the start of each year come up with some sort of slogan or anything. Do you have one of those this year?
Well, our football team has a slogan, intentional, to be intentional. And we didn't necessarily have one this year. We didn't really have one last year either, but I kind of just tag on to that. We do some things in our program every year that has a sort of a motto to it, and we focus on those things to make us better people. But intentional is a good one if we had to go with one.
How do you size up your classification this year? Who are the other teams to beat?
Well, our district is always really tough. As you know, Goddard's in our district, and they're always one of the top teams in the state, which really helps us a lot to have to go up against teams like them and Portales in district. We do go up to Rio Rancho for a tournament, and we see some of the teams like Academy and Pius that have been successful in the past. But that's about our only extent as far as the North goes. And I know that Hope graduated a lot of girls. I'm sure Academy and Pius will still be strong, and Santa Teresa is always strong. So, but Goddard, I think, is probably going to be the team to beat. They're really they have everybody back from last year, and they're a strong team.
So, what do you have to do to make it to that championship match once again?
Well, it'd help if we could grow a lot. We're short, but we were short last year. That's okay. We're used to being short. Honestly, if I think if this team will play together like they did last year, which I fully expect them to, because there's, the core of that group is back. I think that is going to help us more than anything to be a team at the end and play our best.